The advent of radio and television in the beginning of the last century made a big impact in the American society and pop culture. They made possible news, music, and advertisement broadcast, bringing entertainment and information to people all over the country. However, the big shift happens in the American culture after the 80s, with the introduction of personal computers and later on, the internet. Computers have changed the way people think and do things. Culture has been slowly migrating to a virtual environment. Expressions like Google this, YouTube that, or Facebook me became quickly part of the pop culture in people's life. Inside this sea of information, one tool has been affecting largely the way people interact with each other and absorb culture: the social networks. Since their introduction, social network sites have been attracting millions of users. Even with specific features, all of them share some characteristics. Users are allowed to create a profile, articulate a list of users with whom they share a connection, and view and expand across their list of connections and those made by others inside the system. Launched in 1997, 6degrees.com was the first social network site. It was the first to combine both creation of profiles and access to other people's list of friends. The site promoted itself as a tool to help people connect with and send messages to others. In 2001, Friendster came up with the idea of competing with the online dating site Match.com, but instead of suggesting meeting with strangers, it focused on friends of friends. It reached 300,000 users through word of mouth only. Its exponential growth meant a collapse in social contexts. Users had to face their bosses and former classmates alongside their close friends. Friendster also brought up to surface another culture aspect of the social networks: the idea of creating a fake or idealized profile. The so-called fakesters used to create fake profiles with iconic fictional characters like celebrities, concepts, and other such entities. The next important website in this train of thought is MySpace, launched in 2003. MySpace was not initially developed for artists and bands, as many might think. When Friendster started adopting a fee-based system, a lot of users migrate to other sites, including MySpace. A considerable group of users included indie rock bands that slowly brought their fans to MySpace. The relationship between bands and fans became mutually important. Bands wanted to contact fans, and fans desired attention from their favorite bands. The year following its success made MySpace the point of reference for upcoming bands to promote their music. Different from the previous networks in the first moment, Facebook came up in 2004 to support only the Harvard network, and later on distinct college, but not a broader audience. Eventually, it became the biggest social network ever, with more than 600 million users as of January 2011. The story behind its creation is portrayed in the movie Social Network by David Fincher, and the topic was also referred in the book The Accidental Billionaires by Ben Mesrich, and one of the episodes of the sitcom South Park. One of the youngest popular social networks is Twitter, launched in 2006. It basically allows the users to post 140-character messages that are instantaneously published in their profile page. Tweeting became very popular, and even celebrities have been using their tweets to express or promote themselves daily. Websites and newspapers like Metro have started recently dedicated columns with artist tweets, showing how popular the social networks are in today's society. As part of the pop culture, social networks have their pros and cons. The integration with mobile devices made the communication between people much easier, but at the same time it created a high level of dependency. According to the Nielsen company, Facebook is the #1 time sink on the web, which means that the average American user spends almost 10 minutes a day on the site. It made it possible to reunite family members and friends, or contact co-workers and colleagues when working from home. But according to David Gardner, it became the marriage killer, being considered the cause of 1 in 5 American divorces recently. Regardless of anything else, the social network sites seem to be more and more present in people's life, and their use has been reshaping the way culture and society are interconnected.